David Scott had to deal with something much worse. He's down in Georgia. He's a Democratic congressman. He goes to a town hall, spends 4 hours there shouting and screaming. People are going crazy. He's trying to quiet them down. He's trying to answer their questions. My God, did he have a lot of patience. Towards the end of it, this guy named Dr. Brian Hill gets up and asks him a question that lasts 3 minutes. And Congressman Scott is patient. He answers it for 3 minutes. And then Dr. Hill comes at him again, and at this point, Congressman Scott gives him kind of a rough answer. Now, unfortunately, we don't have that on tape, but local Channel 11 down in Georgia played that for everybody. They didn't give it any of the context. They didn't show the whole 4 hours because they weren't there. They just took that tape from a conservative activist, and they played it on air as if Congressman Scott just randomly was acting forcefully and saying, hey, this and that, and shouting at a constituent, when that was not the case. Now, later, Channel 11 apologized for that. They said, you're right, we took it out of context, right? But now, since that became national news, now everybody's sending very unfortunate signs to Congressman Scott. We're going to show you one in a second. But apparently, he was sent a letter that said they addressed it to N-word David Scott. Not Congressman David Scott, but N-word David Scott. You were, you are, and you shall forever be an N-word. Okay? So that's how the letter starts, and it devolves from there. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, get a load of what's happened next. Clip number 4.
Indeed, there is breaking news out of Smyrna, Georgia, just north of Atlanta. Apparently, a 4-foot by 4-foot swastika was painted on a congressman's office. David Scott's a Democrat out of Georgia. He's my guest now out of Atlanta. Sir, good morning to you. What happened?
Good morning. Well, we woke up this morning and my staff called me and said that there was a swastika Nazi sign painted on the sign, which of course is very unfortunate, and I just feel very bad about it. And really feel bad about the person that did it.
Yeah, it has been reported to Capitol Hill Police. I know an investigation will be launched immediately, as we speak, in fact. And when there is more information on that, certainly would love to hear from you and your office to tell us what's going on with that.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, things are getting out of hand. When is it going to stop? I mean, how bad does it need to get? Yet the Republican Party will not rein these guys in at all. We showed you a clip yesterday from Mitch McConnell, who goes on TV, and it's like, what? Everybody's exercising their freedom of speech, and if you don't like it, I guess it shows that your argument is weak. You remember that, JR? This is your argument is weak if you can't shout over the people we sent in there to scream. And there's the swastika, by the way, on Congressman Scott's congressional sign there. And now we find out, of course, as we've been telling you all along, the different groups that are sending these folks in. One of them is, of course, Americans for Prosperity, run by a former Jack Abramoff associate who also ran a grassroots effort for Enron. You understand what kind of fools they're taking you to be, and you're proving them right when you go and scream and shout at these town hall events. These corporations pay an enormous amount of money to get these people riled up, and you're the suckers who goes along with it, right? Americans for Prosperity also funded by oil interests like Koch Industries. So yes, go get them! Fight for the oil and the healthcare industry! And as fools like Kenneth Gladney don't even have any insurance.